Hello दोस्तों, how are you all? I hope you guys are good. So दोस्तों, today topic is all about defining and using Terraform modules. But before we get started, if you have not already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss any of my future videos. Now let's jump right into what is Terraform modules, right? So basically Terraform modules are reusable self-contained components that encapsulate infrastructure, resources and configuration. So they allow you to create abstracted modular pieces of infrastructure code that can be used across multiple projects or environments. Right. So second question is why use Terraform modules? Right. So using modules in Terraform provides several benefits. First is reusability. So module can be shared and reused across different projects, making it easier to maintain and update infrastructure code. Second one is abstraction. So basically in abstraction, modules abstract away complex infrastructure details, providing a simpler interface for other user or teams. Get it? So third one is scalability. So modules enable you to scale your infrastructure easily by creating multiple instances of the same module. Fourth and last one is consistency. So basically in consistency, module enforce consistency by defining standardized infrastructure patterns and configuration, right? So basically real-time example is AWS VPC module, right? Let's consider an example of creating an AWS virtual private cloud, that means VPC. So module using Terraform, and a VPC is a fundamental component in AWS, and creating it involves several resources like subnet, security groups and route tables. Get it? So by encapsulating these resources into a module, and you can create a reusable VPC module that can be used in different projects. So first is module structure. So first I am explain this. So in module structure, start by creating a directory structure for your module, right? For example, there is right my VPC module. In my VPC module, main.tf, variable.tf, outputs.tf and readme.tf or .md, right? So basically first I'm explain this, what is main.tf, what is variables.tf, what is output.tf, what is readme.md. Get it? So dosto, in main.tf, right? So basically this file contains the main configuration for your Terraform module. It defines the resources and settings that will be created and managed when the module is used, right? Second one is variables.tf. So in this file you define the input variables that can be passed to your Terraform modules, and variable allows user of the module to customize its behavior by providing specific values when using the module. Get it? Third one is outputs.tf. So in outputs.tf, this file defines the output of your Terraform modules, and outputs are values that are useful for users consuming your module. For example, let's say after creating a VPC, you might output its ID or subnets. Get it? So in readme.md, a typical markdown file that serves as documentation for your Terraform module, and it should contain information about what the module does, how to use it, and any requirements, and possibly some example, right? So in this structure, the my VPC module directory represents a standalone Terraform modules that can be reused across multiple Terraform configuration, and it allows user to create a VPC with a standardized configuration by providing input variables specific to their needs. Get it? Second one is main.configuration. So main.tf, tf it means Terraform, right? So this is basically extension of Terraform, and the main.tf file contains the actual Terraform configuration for creating the VPC and its associated resources. access, right? So here's a simplified example. So dosto, in this blog, right, I am creating an AWS VPC resource using the AWS VPC resource type, and the parameters are as follows. First, AWS VPC. So basically AWS VPC, in AWS VPC, the resource type of an AWS VPC, and my VPC, this is basically a local name for the resource. This name will be used to reference this VPC resource within the module and when accessing its attributes or outputs, right? CIDR block, basically this parameter should be set to the CIDR block you want to see use for your VPC, and it's passed as variable var.vpc CIDR block, right? Which means you can set the CIDR block value from the variables.tf file or by passing it as an input variable when using the module. Right, fourth one is tags. So basically you are applying tags to the VPC for identification, and one of the tags is being set to the value of the variable var.vpc name, which allows you to name the VPC according the provided input. Get it? And basically in this block you are defining an output variable named VPC ID, right? And this output variable will be exposed the VPC ID to be used outside the module, and the values of the output variable is set to aw as vpc.my vpc.id, and which means it will capture the ID of the VPC created in the resource block, right? So basically when other modules or configuration used this Terraform module, so they can access the VPC ID by referring to the output variable VPC ID. Get it? Third one is input variables. Get it? So variable.tf, the variables.tf file defines the input variable for your module, and this variables allows user of the module to customize its behavior, right? For example, first I'm explain this. Here is right variable VPC CIDR block, right? So basically first I'm explain variable. So basically this keyword is used to define a new input variable for the Terraform module, and basically this VPC CIDR block, the name of the variable, it's how you will reference the this variable within your module and when using the module. Get it? Description, basically a human readable description of what the variable is used for, and in this case basically it's the CIDR block for the VPC, which is useful for documentation purpose. Get it? Type, right? So basically it specifies the type of the variable. So in this case it is defined as a string, indicating that the input value should be a string representing right like the CIDR block. For example, um 10.0.0.0/16. Get it? So next is variable VPC name, right? And description type. So basically I'm explain this block. So first is here right VPC name. So basically the name of the second input variables which will be used to set the name tag of the for the VPC. Description, so basically a description of what the variable is used for, and here it's for the name tag. Get it? Name tag for the VPC. And third one is type. So basically the data type of the variable set as string, and it means the input values for this variable should be a string representing the desired VPC name. Get it? So those the fourth one is output values. So output.tf or the basically the output.tf file specifies the values that will be exposed by the module for the for other configuration or module that consume. For example, here is right output VPC ID description is this, value is this. So first here write output. So basically this keyword is used to define a new output variable for the Terraform modules, and output allows you to expose specific values of resources created within the module for use outside of it. Get it? Next one is VPC ID. So the name of the output variable, this is how you will reference this output when using the module or in other parts of your configuration. Get it? Third one is description. So a human readable description of what the output variable represents, and in this case it's the ID of the VPC created by the module, right? So basically this expression um, that determines the value of the output variable, and in this case value is set to aws vpc dot myvpc dot id, which means it will capture the id of the vpc created by the aws vpc. Resource block in the main configuration file is main.tf, and the aws vpc dot myvpc dot id, right, refers to the ID attribute of the VPC resource with the local name myVPC. Get it? So, next one is module uses. So in other hand, Terraform configuration where you want to use this module, you can reference it like this. First module is my VPC, source is this. This is basically your path, right? VPC CIDR block is this. VPC name is my VPC, and access output values of the module. So resource is AWS instance, my instance. Subnet ID is this, right? So dosto, first time explain this code, right? So basically in this block I'm using the my PC module, Terraform module, and the module block allows you to basically instantiate a module and provide values for its input variables, right? So here is right my VPC. So this is the local name given to the module instance, and you can use this name to reference the module's output and attributes. Get it? Source, this is basically this parameter specifies the location of the module, and in this case it is pointing to the relative path, right? So this basically this is your relative path, and where your my VPC module and directory is located. VPC CIDR block. So this variable is provided with the value 10.0.0.0/16, which represents the CIDR block for the VPC, right? And VPC name. This is the variable VPC name is provided with the value my VPC, and which will be used as the name tag for the VPC. Get it? So next is basically this access output values of the module. So here is right in this block you are creating an AWS EC2 instance using the AWS instance resource type, and AWS instance basically the resource type of an AWS instance. My instance, this is basically describe the local name given to the EC2 instance resource, and you can use this name to reference the instance of its attribute within your configuration. Get it? And subnet ID. So basically this is an attribute of the EC2 instance resource which specifies the subnet ID where the instance will be launched. Get it? So basically, with this module, you can create VPC across different projects or environments by simply reusing the module and providing the necessary input variables. And this module abstract the underlying details, making it easier to maintain and promote consistency. Get it? So, thank you all for watching this video. To quickly recap, we discussed in this video is defining and using Terraform modules. In defining and using Terraform modules, we will discuss uh, module structure, main configuration, right, input variables and output values, and last one is module uses, right? So hopefully you find the information useful and learn something new. If you have any question or would you like to share your thoughts, please leave a comment below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. We appreciate your support and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care and have a fantastic day.